to McDonald. Juicy Scoop.
Hello and welcome to Juicy Scoop. Return favorite. Sink in, get comfortable. It's just Justin Martindale and I. How are you, honey?
I'm wonderful. I'm cozy in my cozy earth. It's fall. I'm here with you.
It's a gloomy day. Well, I think the sun might have come out, but it was a little gloomy this morning, a little chilly. We just had some oatmeal and berries. Yes, we did. And very nice.
It's perfect time for oatmeal and berries.
I found a new crazy inexpensive grocery store.
Where?
Well, we were looking for tile, Peter and I, because we're doing this house situation, and over in West Hills on like Fallbrook and Victory or Shoup and Victory is this store called Aldi. Have you heard of it? ALDI.
Yes, I've heard of that.
So we get in there, and I'm like, well, let's just try it out, you know. And but you have to have a quarter for the shopping cart.
What?
Well,
don't they know there's a coin shortage?
I know. So then I go, well, I have $1. And then I ask the guy, and he goes, no, we don't exchange change.
There's always a hook.
I mean, I really think if your whole thing is the only way you can get a cart is to have an actual quarter, I think you should have some type of machine or a token machine like you'd use at Chuck E. Cheese.
Exactly.
And I get the point of let's not have these shopping carts roaming around or attract a certain kind of person that enjoys a shopping cart besides being in a store. But anyway, went into the store, could not believe some of the prices.
Good or bad?
Good.
Okay.
Blueberries, enormous blueberries, $1.49.
Wow.
I know. Avocado, 59 cents. Are you fucking
Stop
kidding
it.
me?
I pay $10 for my avocados.
I mean, I think at Irwan they're $19.94.
Were they juicy, like big, hunky, juicy avocados?
Yeah.
Hunky avocados? Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, they look to be good. And so anyway, there's, what grocery outlet, bargain market. There's Irwan, which, by the way, I went to Irwan, whatever.
Yeah.
Across from my hairdressers. And I have to say, though, what's great about it is I was in Beverly Hills and I thought I'm going to have to go get a salad and order it and eat it while he dyes my hair and stuff and does my highlights. But you go in there and you can get like a piece of salmon and 2 sides for one flat price, which is expensive, but still less than if you got like a salmon salad from a fancy restaurant. And then it's ready to go.
Yeah.
So I think for like luncheon and stuff like that, still super expensive. It was absolutely delicious.
Well, that's good.
I will say extremely expensive, but extremely tasty and like very healthy.
Irwan scares me. I just get scared every time I drive by it or something. Because I feel like I'm going to go in there and they're going to be like, get out immediately. I'm here for uncurdled duck milk. Where else can I get it?
I think today you totally fit in what you're wearing and stuff.
Thank you.
And I think that, the girl did say, do you want to get this deal for $8 a month where then you get a discount on this luncheon thing? Which I was like, if I worked across the street from one, I would totally do that because you could have like a lunch every day. You're like, shut up, Heather. Get to the juicy scoop.
No, this is fun. I love hearing about your salmon salad.
I'm just saying, here was a little treat of like, hey, I'm giving my opinion about certain places, okay? And to this day, we're still allowed to do that, but we might not be anymore if a certain housewife has anything to do with it, which I'll get to in a minute. When I get all glammed up, the one thing I got to do is use my Lumino strips. Final thing, look at this perfect smile. Just finished my makeup, and while I do my makeup, I use Lumino. This is one of the strips. This is part of my routine. I put it in while I do my makeup. I take it off. What I love about Lumino is that I used to really suffer from the sensitivity with other whitening strips where I'd feel it the whole next day, and I'd be doing a show, and it would be like in my head about it. Not with Lumino, and in fact, I just went to my dentist for my teeth cleaning, and he asked if I was cheating on him and if I got a professional whitening process, where you pay lots of money for it. No, I just use Lumino. I love their whitening mouthwash. Also, because it's natural ingredients, unlike other teeth whitening brands that kill 99% of bacteria, you don't actually want all that bacteria gone because some of it is really good for you and it keeps you from getting diseases and fighting back other potential illnesses. And where do they come from? Through your mouth. So I really think that is something very important that not enough people talk about. So I want you guys to check out Lumino. You are going to love it. You're going to see a huge difference. So easy to use. And right now, you need to go to the link right here in my description box. Click on that and you'll get $10 off your purchase at Lumino. Smile! But first, let's talk about this comedian. Her name's Ariel. Her Instagram is Ariel Comedy. And the poor thing was doing stand-up at Uncle Vinny's. I don't know what city this is. And this woman started yelling out, didn't like, Who
did you vote for?
And she goes, she goes, who did you vote for? And she goes, well, who do you think I voted for? Well, I think you voted for Biden based on what your jokes are saying. And she's like, okay. She's like, I'm not going to say who I voted for. And then she keeps screaming at her. And then she says, well, I think you voted for Trump based on the fact that you keep talking and no one wants to hear you speak. Very funny, clever.
Very
good. At that point, the woman throws a full can of beer chucked her right past her face. It hit the brick wall. And the people that were in the audience, who I think was with the woman, I heard the guy being like, what the hell is wrong with you? I don't even, why? New Jersey. Oh, it was in New Jersey. In New Jersey. I don't even want to be with you. It's like embarrassing to be with that person. She picked it up. She drank the beer.
Yeah.
She's Heather McDonald's talking about her with Justin Martindale and Juicy Scoop. Her life is made.
Yeah,
at this
she
point,
has a deal in the works.
Oh, Netflix special happening.
She is like being scouted. She will be the next biggest thing.
Yes.
But you know what? I have to say she handled herself very well.
I loved how she handled it, and she did a great job.
I mean, I want to know what happened to that woman, but also it's like, you're making an ass clown of yourself, and you look foolish, and I hope she was arrested for assault.
She probably wasn't.
Yeah, probably not.
They probably were like, you need to leave, and she left. She probably finished her stand-up, didn't think at the moment what an impact this would have like on people watching it, because literally 10 people sent this to me this morning.
Oh, of course.
And so the girl's probably fine. She may not even be aware that we're talking about what an idiot she was. And I doubt anybody was arrested or anything, because the comedy clubs, like I've said before, have, a small amount of people working there. They don't necessarily have regular security.
Yeah.
So they did probably ask her to leave, and they probably wanted to leave. And whoever that guy that she was with was probably like, let's go, asshole. And they probably removed themselves.
This is one of the biggest pet peeves I have about stand-up clubs is the security. Because there is a rule at the very beginning of shows. It's like, turn off your phones, don't talk, don't ruin the show.
Right.
And the minute this woman said, who did you vote for? The security should have come over and been like, no, strike one.
Right.
No more talking. And if she did it again, you're done, you're leaving. But the fact that they waited until this woman picked up a beer and made the decision to throw it, had it hit this girl and busted her face open, I mean, show's over. Like, and I just think it's so awful. And I've had encounters where I've done a show and someone's, said something or whatever, and then finally they get up and leave, and the security's been over, and they're like, I'm sorry, I should have been here. And I'm like, yeah, you should have. It's your job. Like, stand inside. Don't stand outside by the box of the club. You need to be inside where the shit happens. Well, people are unhinged.
Well, listen, a lot of security guards I've seen in places lately are either looking at their phone the whole time, or they have earbuds in and they're listening to, hopefully, Juicy Scoop, which I'd be fine with. Yeah. Or in this case, we don't know that, it looks like a small club. They might not have a regular security guard. That person might be running around getting drinks, helping out staff, whatever, across the other room, delivering chicken fingers. It happens. So anyway, the point is she got a viral video, and as someone that has gotten a viral video of just me saying a dumb joke about my period and then fainting, it can be a little bit life-changing career-wise, and I hope her career just skyrockets from here.
I think she'll be fine. However, I will say there is a mandatory staff meeting today at Uncle Vinny's. Mark my words. They're like, oh, shit. All right, guys, gather round.
Amazing. All right, this was news that started to happen like on Thursday. People were sending this to me. Miss USA, Gabrielle, this girl, her name's Rabani Gabrielle, denies allegations that the pageant was rigged in her favor. So this girl was from Texas. She won Miss Texas. Yay. And then she won Miss USA. Now, Miss USA is different than Miss America. The biggest difference, do you know?
Swimsuit.
No.
No. Damn it.
I would be almost like, I'd almost be more disturbed if you did know because it's so obscure. The difference is Miss America has a talent competition.
Oh, that's it. I knew there was
where
a
you
category.
like sing, and Miss USA is just about being cute and strutting your stuff and answering the questions. So
Miss America's older too, right? Aren't they allowed to like be in their 30s and like have dreams?
no.
No? I thought Miss America was a little older.
I think they run anywhere from like 18 to like 26.
Okay.
Some are already in law school, some have graduated, some are, sophomore in college, whatever. But anyway, this girl, Heather, 17 and 25 you have to be. This girl, Heather, starts going off on TikTok and Instagram.
That's always a Heather.
I love a Heather. And she basically, this is what she says. So as the girl gets her crown, she says, you notice some of the other girls are walking away. Like they didn't hang around and be happy for her. Like they immediately. And the next day, within 24 hours of her getting the crown, she is featured on this beautiful resort, which is a sponsor of the Miss USA contest, getting spa treatments. So her first gripe was, if this wasn't rigged, if they weren't in cahoots, where the owner of the Miss USA contest wasn't in cahoots with her brands to be like, ask this Miss Texas to come and do your ad. So when she wins, you can immediately put it out. That's what they're saying.
Oh.
Because all the girls got to go and experience the spa, but nobody had like a special commercial filmed for them.
Yeah, a partnership, a paid partnership.
Yes.
Sponsored by.
Now the Miss Texas has come out and said, my Miss Texas thing was like a little bit later than many of the other states of me winning. And after that is when sponsorship started to come as Miss Texas, and one of them being this resort. So I did do it before, but I in no way, like, I still believe I won. And then the Heather girl was saying, and nobody go after Miss Texas. Like, whatever happened, it's not her fault, But she believes that the owner of it. Okay, so here the girl is at the how do you pronounce that? Nizuk or something resort, someplace in Mexico. And so right after she won, they said, congratulations to the newly crowned Miss USA. We are so proud to have you as one of our Nizuk, med spa ambassadors. Okay, so this whole thing. So also interesting is executive director is Shanna Mokler. So that
Shanna Mokler
was Miss USA herself and was married to Travis Barker before and has kids.
Yes.
So
don't say her name 2 more times because she'll show up.
So they try to say, look, we have an open door policy for all of our hometown delegates and their families. Should anyone be concerned at any time about the pageant topic, whatever, this whole thing. So they're saying, okay, so this girl saying you're a bully, Shanna Mokler. You shouldn't be in a position of leadership for a young woman because she thinks it's all fake. This girl also went on to say, the Heather girl, that they have to pay for a lot of things themselves. If they have extra luggage, they would have to pay for that, which you assume they would. They have to wear all these outfits. If they want extra food, anything, they do. And she was saying it is her opinion that this girl got a lot of extra perks from the beginning by the people that ran it. Here is the girl who owns the company, owns Miss USA, named Crystal Stewart, actually doing Miss Texas's hair backstage. Okay, that's some good evidence. Also, she said the brand of that resort, that guy was in the audience watching Miss USA, and on his reels, on his stories, on Instagram, the only person that he featured throughout the whole time was Miss Texas. So as he's sitting in the audience, he could have filmed anybody, but...
And he was calling the winner without calling the winner.
He was just like, oh, whatever, that was his favorite. Then there was then she also shared this Miss Teen USA thing, saying that this one person has been removed, and she believes it's because there might have been some sexual assault allegations. She's just spreading it all. Okay, so I want to tell you about my experience under the Miss USA pageant.
Okay.
Or maybe it was Miss America. I don't know.
You can't remember. They're so similar. Was there a talent portion?
I wish it was rigged. We thought it was rigged. It wasn't. I got the boot before the final 10.
God.
It was summer after my graduation year from USC. And the woman who owned the pageant for Miss Tarzana, she was in charge of Miss Tarzana, her husband was a big realtor, and she was my mother's friend. And she called my mother saying, I would love Heather to be in it. So I would think I was going to have a little bit extra attention.
Yeah.
And I did. Okay? I did. She helped me. She adored me. Now, maybe it was Miss USA because there wasn't a talent portion, but I did a Cher impression for her. And she goes,
that's talent.
She goes, I'm going to have the question be, when you have to answer the question, be in a way that you can work in your Cher impression. Because I think you're so talented and funny. Okay? So now I have to get my outfit together.
I don't know where this is going.
It's at the Warner Center Marriott.
Okay.
It's at the Warner Center Marriott. My dad buys a table. My friend Liz is there. And I'm going to do this thing. And I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm going to win, but I'm certainly going to get to the top 10.
Yeah.
But if I do win, then I go to Miss California, in which we go to Disneyland and we wear the sash and we go to the front of the line on the rides, which is the main thing that I was looking forward to. And so, because
it has its perks.
Yeah. So I do the interviews and I think I'm doing great. I didn't know. So another thing about this thing is that Miss USA also owns a coaching service. So you have to pay for these coaches to help you prepare for the questions, what to wear, stylists, all that kind of stuff. She claims that this Miss Texas got all that for free.
Ooh.
Now, I don't know if there's scholarships for certain people or what, but this girl this Miss Montana, Heather girl, paid for everything out of her own pocket. So, she's a little annoyed by that. So, anyway, we did get, I think, swimsuits we got to choose from and everything. At the final moment, 2 weeks before, we would have these rehearsals with the other girls about how we were going to do this. And everyone had to have a sponsor. So mine was the real estate sponsor of my parents' business. And this girl walks in and she's very put together and good looking. And she's actually from Wisconsin, but she realized that Miss Tarzana was a little shocky, a little stupid operation that she could probably come in and win it.
Right.
And she did.
Big fish in a small pond.
She came in and this lady goes, the woman who was at the last minute. And so I see this girl, I'm like, okay. She had tapes of to get her in the mood. She had coaching tapes. She knew exactly what to say and do. And I kind of was my only preparation was just being a kid that watched it on TV. I didn't look up one thing. I didn't try to figure out a better walk or better outfit or anything or what to do with my hair. I just was all right, I'm going to be as cute as I can be that day. And
she was training, listening to Eye of the Tiger, having a full 80s montage, boxing.
There's actual tapes that will give you questions that most likely you'll be asked and the best way to answer them. So you can really kind of study it.
But more importantly, did you answer the question with a Cher impression? Was it Heather, how would you like to solve world peace? I'm Cher, bitch! Was that the answer?
If that was it, it would have been, if I could turn back time, I would tell the world. No, seriously. I would tell the city of Tarzana that in order to create a stronger community, we need to have more concerts in the Warner Center Park. I'd like to bring that back and not just stop it after Labor Day. As you know, we have beautiful weather here. We could have that continuing going all the way up until Christmas, providing it doesn't rain, which it doesn't rain much here. And really encourage local talent, theater programs in the San Fernando Valley to be part of that stage performance. And that is the way I would solve world peace in Tarzana, California. Thank you.
Thank you, contestant number 9, Heather McDonald.
Thank you. Well, I got up there and stood there in my bathing suit in which they picked the 10 finalists, and I was not one. And that is when my friend Liz said that my dad threw down his napkin. I want to say he might have been wearing a tuxedo and said, "This is fucking bullshit.
Good.
Let's get out of here." I had such a bad attitude that I told the woman, I just want to leave. And she was like, Heather, that's a horrible attitude to have. I'm like, you're totally right. That's awful. Anyway, sat back there for the next 2 hours till someone that wasn't even born in California, literally got an apartment there 3 days before, won.
Yeah. We really need to secure our pageant borders. You know, it's just, it's a problem that needs to be addressed. Also, I know you Valley girls. Did y'all like key her car or like blow out her tires? Or
no, but
sabotage her in any way?
Part of her winning was to get a gym membership with a personal trainer at like 24-Hour Fitness or something. And my sister Shannon said she saw her there.
God, she used the actual like membership?
Yes, and saw her walking around with her sash.
Ew, in the gym?
With her unitard on, with the trainer, and Shannon was like, and you know what? I go, what? She goes, her body is really good.
God, Shannon. Did she bone the trainer?
No, I'm sure the girl like probably moved on, didn't get Miss California, and then like whatever. But like, of course, she wanted to be like an anchor or something. Everybody always does.
She's a pageant locust. On to the next big city of Tarzana.
I mean, I think this is pretty juicy because it is at this big level and it deals with brands and social media and social influencers and all of that.
Yeah.
So I think this might be kind of interesting. Make people go back and go, God, was this something? I mean, I doubt this is the first year that it got a little muddy.
Sure.
You know?
And I honestly will say, like, we don't really hear from pageant contestants, but when they like use their platform on an actual platform, like it's like, oh shit. Like usually they're just like, I lost.
Right.
You know, and now they're like, here's what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a ballsy statement. And I think, they're like all the money, all the sponsorships that go into this, and like for actual contestants to be like, this sucks. Like,
yeah, basically they're saying like, we never had a chance.
We were cheated.
They believe they never had a chance. They believe this was done, you know, from the start to have the owner of the pageant satisfy commitments of ambassadors and brands and stuff. Yeah. So that kind of makes sense, and it's pretty bad. So we'll see. But I did think, though, having the woman own the pageant that was my mom's good friend, I thought
you were in.
It was going to be fixed, and unfortunately, it was not. I would have never joined.
I'm going to win.
I would have never joined if I didn't we 100% believed I was going to win. Like, we 100% believed it was going to be slightly rigged. And I had no problem with that because she asked me to do it.
Mm-hmm. You were like, oh, I've got this in the bag.
Anyway. Bethany Frankel is suing TikTok over ad featuring her image.
Well.
Okay, so basically, she's suing. Really, she should just be suing the person that used her image. Mm-hmm. But that's small bananas, and she's big bananas. And so, of course, she's going to sue TikTok and get the press that she needs, which, Page 6 writes about her twice a week, and I talk about her about once a week. So she's doing okay for herself.
She's all right. Yeah, where do you want to go with this?
Well, basically, the way I understand it is that she did do an ad for like a Jenny Kane sweater, and then a company that makes kind of knockoff sweaters of that took her video.
Her likeness.
Well, yeah, but it's her. First one they were doing, I'm like, did they chop off her head and like suppose it on a different sweater? I was like, I don't understand where she's going with this.
Right.
So I get that, but but TikTok can't like moderate every single thing that goes on there. Mm-hmm. I mean, so if someone did that, they should get in trouble for it. They should get their wrist slapped, maybe get banned or whatever from TikTok for a while. And of course, she could go after them for that. But like, my God, it's TikTok going to do that about everything? Well, she's taking it a step further, I think, with all of it. But yeah.
Well, I just think that's kind of stupid. It's like, I'm going to sue TikTok. And if you're going to sue TikTok, can TikTok also be like, well, then if you're going to sue us, you're not allowed on our platform anymore?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right? They're just like, get out of here.
Well, I think, there's so much TikTok drama, in which I love, I get a lot of juicy scoop from TikTok. I follow a lot of smaller creators on TikTok that's really making it and sharing stuff and going on deep dives that I don't. And I have I always come up with movie ideas. So this is just a hypothetical movie idea, kind of, but maybe based on real life. You know how they do that, like before Law and Order, like anything. So if this sounds similar to anybody, don't come sue me, because it's just me walking around this earth and coming up with a movie idea.
Just let the girl live. As a former Miss Tarzana, let the girl dream.
But I wasn't Miss Tarzana, goddammit.
We're all Miss Tarzana.
People are like, I just wanted people to know, Woodland Hills is next door to Miss Tarzana. That's why I could technically qualify, okay? And there was no Miss Woodland Hills, so it wasn't like I had to choose between two huge counties, okay?
Still keeps you up at night.
One of the biggest, worst moments of my life. Okay, so here's my idea for a movie.
Okay.
Based, on like what's going on, where you're watching it. And so there's a former housewife, former Real Housewife, who leaves the franchise because she's so successful with her own brand, she doesn't have to do this bullshit anymore. And she wants to get into the TikTok world. And she wants to appear like really authentic and like really just give her heart and soul to the things. So she starts, this is all hypothetical, she starts going to different grocery stores, like I said, and testing out different condiments. Everything from Williams-Sonoma mustard to one that you'd get at the 99-cent store. And then she like does these like videos where she's like, put this on a hot dog, fucking bananas. Shitballs, are you killing me right now? Is this even a hot dog? Where am I? Am I at Dodger Stadium? Am I on the moon? Get this now. And then she'd go to another mustard and she'd be like, not worth the $19.95 or one. Go fuck yourself. And people are like, gosh, thank you, Elizabeth, we'll call her. Thank you, Elizabeth, for telling the truth about different condiments and why you can go and like, we love you. You're the greatest. And then she keeps saying things like, it's a scam. This mustard is a scam. This is a scam. And then a TikToker that's just like a smart girl that just is really being herself is like, oh my God. So I did a deep dive and I found out that a lot of celebrities like to trademark a lot of things that aren't even out yet, but they think it's going to be. So they trademark a saying or something. And then they start using that saying like 7 months after it's already been trademarked in what they are trying to appear to be an authentic way. And then they're like, this mustard's a scam. And then maybe because there'll be a TV show that's called It's a Scam or whatever. So then the people watch that girl and they're like, oh, that's interesting. She's got whatever, 10,000 or followers or 10,000 likes but maybe she's making a tiny bit of money a month as a TikToker. Well, then Elizabeth, the sauce girl, is like, fuck that. You're not going to make me look bad, you fucking liar. So then she gets a cease and desist letter and sends it to that little TikToker, along with other TikTokers and other influencers that have also shared their opinion, just like she's sharing her opinion about the sauces. They get to share their opinion about maybe brands that she's had, or maybe saying, I do like that mustard from Williams-Sonoma. And I do think this is interesting. And seeing people's trademarks, people showed it about the Kardashians, but the Kardashians don't care when people do that because they're like so above it. But this Elizabeth girl, I guess, isn't. So then in walks the hero of the story, which would be someone that's like a mom. Mm-hmm. She's a comedian, and she's had a podcast for 7.5 years.
But who's counting?
No. And she's like, this is fucking bullshit because I've already won. This is the character talking, not me. I've already won a case that's changed the law for podcasting in which someone tried to shut me up and tell me I couldn't use my freedom of speech. And I feel that Elizabeth, the sauce lady, is trying to go after younger, less rich, less powerful influencers who have a right to give their opinion and rise up the ranks just the way she gained so much in her career of giving her opinion. Mm-hmm. So they go to court eventually, and all of the people I have a whole group of people show up at the courthouse to support this young TikToker. I'm the old podcaster, not me, the girl. Mm-hmm. The hero is the old podcaster lady. And then all of her followers wear a shirt that says Elizabeth is a hypocrite. And they wear that, and it all gets exposed. And it's Lifetime wanted it, sure, but Netflix wants to be Lifetime now, apparently. And so Lifetime buys it, and it becomes a movie. And as people watch it, they go, oh, wow, I think I know what this scandal was about, but we never say the name of who it is, and we call it, like, the skinny sauce scandal.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Or bat tick crazy.
Cute.
Or
Cute.
Something. I love a good mustard scam. That just sounds fun.
The mustard scam.
The mustard scam, because you're like, what is this mustard scam?
Do you need real mustard seeds in it or not? I mean, what the fuck? I can't even taste it.
Is it poupon? Is it deli? What is this?
Like everyone knows I love a good mustard. I love a good. Sometimes I just put mustard on toast and eat it alone.
You're right, Elizabeth. She loves mustard.
Yeah,
just leave us alone. We need to see our families. I need more mustard.
Right.
That's so bizarre.
Don't fucking tell me that my mustard stories are not authentic, bitch. Here's a cease and desist, and you better not talk about it. So now that TikTok person, would have to take it all down and never mention or talk about that person who is a public figure ever again, which when you're a public figure, you can talk about people.
I just miss the old days where we could just review condiments freely.
Speaking of which, we just watched an amazing trailer. It's on Netflix, trying to be Lifetime, however. Falling for Christmas with Lindsay Lohan.
Yes.
And we're not giving anything away because the trailer gives the whole thing away.
It really does.
There's no need to watch it.
You don't have to watch it, guys. Just watch the trailer. It just came out today. Can I tell you what it's about?
Yes.
It's Overboard on the slopes.
She is Paris Hilton.
Mm-hmm.
She starts out being Paris Hilton, doesn't have to work, and is the heir to the biggest hotel chain in the world.
Yes.
And sure enough, her boyfriend asks her to marry him on the slopes with the yellow diamond ring that Paris Hilton, I think her fourth fiance, she's married to like the fifth one now. I don't know how many times she's been engaged. But in real life, Paris Hilton was engaged to a guy that gave her a ring on a slope. And I want to say that she didn't marry that guy.
I don't think she did.
She didn't marry that one. She married the next one.
Yeah.
And she falls and she hits her head. And people find her later on. And now she's in the small working class part of town.
Gross.
Not the Aspen part, like the an hour away part.
Which looks like a Santa's village.
Which still gorgeous. Like every house is probably still $2 million.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But everything smells like gingerbread and everything's clean.
Yeah, so she doesn't know how to make a bed.
I mean.
And now you see Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell situation going on. Except I don't think there's going to be that scene where Kurt Russell convinces her that they're really married, and so then he basically has sex with her, and they had to cut that scene out.
They probably did.
That was like, is this sexual assault with someone who has amnesia? Or like, what is it? But of course, he has a child. In Overboard, he had 4 boys. He has a cute daughter. And I'm going to go on a limb and say that in the end...
What?
In the end, the rich guy, the guy who wants to be rich, she really has the money. He comes back and tries to woo her, and she thinks she's going to, and then, of course, changes her mind and stays with him and the little girl. And she does have creative ideas that come out through the time that she's cleaning the house. And so she's able to build up a career with him and her new daughter that has nothing to do with the Hilton quote unquote last name.
I'm gonna up the ante.
Please do.
She's gonna learn how to make several beds. In fact, she's gonna have so much fun, like taking apart beds and putting them together in this lodge. She's going to create a successful Airbnb chain within the village.
That brings a bunch, because the village doesn't get the tourism that the expensive Aspen part does.
The village is about to shut down.
Yes.
It's going to go bankrupt tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. And so she's there and she's like, wait, oh God. And the fiance who allowed her to fall down the slope.
Yes.
There's going to be a scene where he looks over and he's going to be like, oh. and leaves her. So then she's going to be like, oh, wow, you knew where I was the entire time. You left me in the snow. And we all know Lindsay Lohan loves a white powder. Now, I think I think she's going, like, I think the mom or the dad, because she's an heiress, is going to be like, where's my daughter? You know, and then she's going to realize at the end, like, hey, I'm happy here being basic, you know?
The only thing I'm going to disagree with you on.
What?
Oh, wait a minute. We do see her dad make an appearance, which is actually my friend is dating that actor.
Oh, right.
He was from General Hospital. So I guess the dad does come in. But I think the parents are going to be very loving. They're only going to expose that the fiancé was not there for the right reasons.
The fiancé was not there at all.
Yes. Also, she looks pretty in it. And, I mean, it's definitely a little more edgy and fun than a Lifetime, but it's extremely Lifetime Hallmarky. But
oh my God! The sleeves alone just scream Hallmark.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Does Dina Lohan make a cameo as Elf on a Shelf? That's what I want to know. We have to put her in somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me, Dina Lohan. Like, oh God, the Christmas Goblin's back. Yeah.
Yes, I don't know if Ali Lohan. Hopefully, they all went to the premiere.
I hope so. I have to say, I am glad, and I will say, I'm making a prediction.
Okay.
Okay. In the trailer, she's singing Jingle Bell Rock, which was the song from Mean Girls.
Yes, you're
where
right.
Her and Regina George and all that.
So that's totally deliberate.
But I
Good
think
move,
she's
editors.
going to release her own version of the 20th anniversary or whatever, how long ago Mean Girls came out. Her new single, Jingle Bell Rock, for Falling for Christmas. She's coming after Mariah Carey. I mean, it's not going to happen, but let her go big, you know?
Well, you know who might sue her?
Bethany Frankel.
Countess Luann. She's got a all I what was her song that she did for Christmas? All I want for Christmas is you.
She say la vie. Christmas, c'est bon. C'est bon. That's the duet I want. Countess Luann and Lindsay Lohan.
Do it.
God, just a...
Countess is doing Christmas shows. She should totally ask Lindsay to come and sing her version of that Christmas song.
I'm excited for a Lindsay Lohan comeback.
But you also said, who did not make an appearance in this was from Mean Girls. What's his name?
I don't know.
What's his name?
I don't know. Who are you talking about? Jonathan Bennett?
Jonathan Bennett, who I follow on the gram. He is got a new sponsorship.
Uh-huh.
And it is him getting Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So he is going around just to one. I think the person that did the ad, who paid for the ad, is a scanning place. Mm-hmm. So maybe they thought, you know what? A lot of girls know to get their yearly mammogram. But let's tap into a market of guys who might get breast cancer too, or that might just have some bitch tits. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. And what's great about it...
What a great word, by the way, bitch tits.
What's great about it is you're getting the word out that definitely if you are a man and you have any kind of cancer in your family and I don't know if your insurance will pay for it. It's a good question to ask about equality. Mm-hmm. Can you get the mammogram? Because even people with good insurance who are women, they try to say, you know what, you're good. They try to ask you all these questions. And so if you say, no mother or aunt or sister has ever had cancer, then they're like, oh, okay, well, then I don't think you need it. And then you're like, great, but you shouldn't. You should insist on, no, I want to have it anyway because whatever. Or not because. So then they get people to sign up that maybe they just pay cash for it. But also, being a man, he can whip out his tit on the Instagram.
Full nip.
And show us the full exam where a woman can't. So it's just another job that a guy got that a girl couldn't get.
Isn't that weird? I think that's so bizarre.
I mean, I would have been happy to have done a mammogram ad. I get my mammogram every year.
Like, had a woman say and this is what drives me crazy about like the reels because they monetize your content, you know? So it's like, had a woman been like, hey, cancer runs in my family. It's Cancer Awareness Month for women. Like, I'm going to go in and get my mammogram and like da-da-da-da. It would have been blocked.
Yeah.
It would have been like, nope, this is not monetizing. There's nipple in it, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. But like this man can go in and get it and press his tit up against a thing and it's okay. It's what happened with the Britney Spears thing. I did a reel and I literally just took Britney Spears with her holding her nips and her little heart cooch.
Yeah.
And I did a reaction off of it, like
right, that
as
was
a
so
reel.
Funny. Yeah.
Yeah, blocked. But then I posted the TikTok version of it. Totally fine. So I'm like, you're going against your own platform? I'm exhausted.
I don't know. We've posted things, I've talked about this, where it does fine on Reels and the exact same thing gets nothing on TikTok and vice versa.
But I'm like,
I
so
can't figure it
she
out.
can post her full beach cooch
Yeah.
and it's totally fine. But I'm like doing a reaction off of the picture that she
Right.
posted and it's like, that's too much.
It's just one person's, it's whoever, I guess, working at the desk that day.
Yeah, yeah.
At the Instagram or TikTok headquarters. But, but good for Jonathan Bennett for getting an ad that, that a woman taking a job from a woman. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We can't even have one thing. We can't even have Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
I mean, that's the new movie coming out, Mammogram Girls.
Yes.
That'll be it.
All right. Our girl, Anna Delvey, was released from prison, providing she has a place to live and stays off social media. And I had posted, I had commented under it, I'm sure there's a podcaster with a spare room because she seemed to have gone on a lot of podcasts that I never thought were very compelling. No offense to the people that got the podcast, the interview, good for them. But I was just like seeing her in the bad Zoom with the glasses, and she just kept denying that she did anything wrong. Was annoying.
We need her in the room. And also, this is a Halloween miracle. I'm so excited. Look at her just opening a window, looking outside.
Knowing that there's a paparazzi outside.
Yeah.
So we don't know whose house she's living in, right?
No, but it's a New York apartment.
But since I said, come on, podcasters, come together, get her in your house. I know you love to do Anna, and I love to do myself. So I'm going to imagine a scenario where I wanted to get an in-person interview, not a sad Zoom with her in a jumpsuit. I want her looking cute. And so I invited her to stay in my spare bedroom at my house with my husband and 2 sons. And this is just a day in the life of, maybe this is the first morning. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get the interview done, but Anna might have other things. Good morning, Anna. Can I get you some coffee? I have got a Keurig here.
You have a Keurig?
Yes.
You don't have Colombian Arabica coffee beans?
No, I just have the little cups, but I have 2 different kinds. I have the Starbucks kind and I have the Pete's coffee if you want.
That is fine. I guess I'll take them.
So, okay, Anna, I can't wait to start interviewing you. What is the plan? We could just do it right here, but or do you want to go out by my pool to do it?
Well, when you told me that you had an island in your kitchen, I thought you were going to have a real island, not this marble slab debauchery.
Oh, you thought I lived on an island like Richard Branson?
I mean, one would assume, you're important podcaster, you should have a real island. It's really embarrassing. Are you poor?
A little bit, and I'm embarrassed as well. But I would just like to know, what is the plan? Do you want to try to, now you gotta stay off social media, but that doesn't mean we can't go to Craig's tonight and see if maybe some hot guy would want to hit on you. Do you have your eye on anyone?
I mean, there's so many options now. It's really hard being me right now. I mean, I am one of the most eligible bachelorettes right now in Hollywood. I mean, I could get anyone. You just name people and I'll tell them yes or no. Just name someone.
Brad Pitt.
Absolutely. I'm pulling him right now.
Ben Affleck, even though he's married.
Don't come for me, J-Lo. Maybe I've already had Ben Affleck.
Just so cocky. I love it.
I'm just a girl, a modern girl in a modern world.
Imagine if she did do The Bachelorette, though.
I would definitely do Bachelorette, and I would win it because then I would be on Dancing with Stars, and that's what I am.
You are a dancer, or you are a star.
I'm a star.
You're definitely a star.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so. And I do a really good Argentinian samba.
But the only thing with The Bachelorette is...
Marge in prison taught me how to do it. So.
Oh, Marge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the only thing about The Bachelorette is I actually would love to see that because I want to take the last 3 guys or whatever it is and go to Germany and meet your family? Because we've heard so many different things about them.
My family, you can call my dad, but he won't pick up. He's very busy. He's doing files and paperwork. No, I don't have to involve my family at all. This is me. I'm an important person in the world now. Maybe Catherine Zeta-Jones can play me in a Lifetime movie. I don't know, but I don't have time for you. There, I said it. Get me on your podcast, and I have to go to Chateau Marmont.
Let's definitely do oh my God, that would be amazing to go there after. I love that. Great job.
Thank you so much.
And whoever is interviewing her better have a podcast.
Yeah, and that's going to be my talent.
Whoever house she's staying at, better have a podcast. And if you don't, that's okay. You can start one in an hour.
Yeah, it's really easy. There's no
skill involved
at all. But that's also my audition for Mr. Tarzana, 2002. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Thank you.
It's a pageant that never went. Okay, so Kanye West is now suspended from Twitter.
Good.
I mean, I just want to say, in general, I think there's very few people, and now people are going to, I disagree. All I want to say is all the money in the world, the cashmere jet, all the skims in the world, all the access to the beauty, all the access to the balloons,
the garbage bags at Gap,
and the cookies. I would not want to ever have to deal with co-parenting with Kanye West for the next 16 years. Just think about it.
Oh, I am.
Anybody, like, no matter how much you dislike the Kardashians or whatever, that is going to be something that is just going to be never ending. Because just when she thinks they're in a good place or they've negotiated something or they're on the same page, they're not. Yeah. And then there's 4 of them. So each child can have their own thing in which he doesn't agree with what Kim's doing or what the grandma's doing, Chris, or what the child is doing. Or someone wrote me and they said, I think he's being such a nightmare so that other people, other parents at the kid's school will say, they've got to leave. Like, we're all going to get together and we're all going to leave this private school unless you get rid of those kids.
Oh, wow.
And I hope that doesn't happen. And I don't think parents would want to do that because you're punishing the child for doing nothing. But that could be his strategy to make it that they have to leave the school and then therefore
so he has the school to themselves.
So then so then they have to go to the Donda school.
Oh.
I don't know. It just sounds like a nightmare.
It is a nightmare, and I feel like Twitter did the right thing. He's clearly mentally unstable. And these anti-Semitic rant that he did,
it's scary.
It's so scary, but it's also like, I saw somebody on Instagram today say, like, yes, he's unwell, but this is not a character of people,
right,
with mental illness.
With bipolar,
they don't just go out and have anti-Semitic rants. Like, I think it's really sad, and it's also just really sad that he just can't. I don't want to sound like insensitive, but I just feel like he just can't grow up. It's like, how old are you? Why are you posting all your bullshit on social media? It's the same thing with like a Britney Spears, who it's just like, it's like, why are you having to like do this? Why are you having to say all this stuff to the point where like Chloe had to get on there and be like, hey, this isn't cool. Stop it. Like, pick up the phone, have a conversation, have a dinner party, like go to counseling. We don't need to like stop having fights with your loved ones on social media. It's so weird.
Well, I mean, I think it is weird. It's someone that, sees himself above everybody else and needs the attention on it all the time. And in 1 minute, he's saying like a nice thing about Kim and we're doing fine. And then the next he's like, why'd she have to show her ass on a cover of a magazine? It's like, you were with her this whole time. Yeah. Like you made it about the fashion and you had her wearing your skin tight clothes, as well as the baggy clothes. And now you act like that's not proper. Well, you're not the beacon of fatherhood either. It's just like it's just sad.
But it's sad because it's like also he opened like the Balenciaga show in Paris Fashion Week where they were like walking through the mud trenches. And I'm like, okay, so technically if Kim was like a shitty person, she could say something about that and be like, oh, what, you think that's a model walk? And, like, she like go after that, but she's not going to do that because she's busy. Like, this is just like, this is just weak bitch behavior.
Speaking of the Balenciaga thing, did you see the Lay's potato chip bag purses?
No.
So there are these purses that look like a Lay's potato chip bag crunched up, like a clutch that you hold, but it's just, and that's actually a bag that you can purchase. And it looks like a potato chip bag crumpled up.
I still can't get over Sarah Jessica Parker's pigeon purse.
Oh, that's coming up in the.
We're just making things like.
So there was.
I think that's the new show. Is it a purse? We had. Is it a cake? Is it a purse?
Well, that's probably a Judith Lieber bag because Judith Lieber would make these bags that were like they're little shaped. Remember the little girl in the first movie? She had put her phone in that cupcake purse.
Yeah.
So it's like it's an expensive crystally purse for like I don't know, a few grand or something. But anyway. What we're talking about is there was a photo of them filming on New York of and just like that of Sarah Jessica Parker and Charlotte and again wearing the weird stuff and everything. And I saw someone talking about like why what's unreal about this is if this was Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and someone came with a pigeon purse or whatever, Kyle would be like, Dorit, what is this pigeon purse? And Dorit would be like, do you like it? PK got it for me. It's absolutely stunning. It's my little pet, and they would talk about it and that would be part of it. But that's a reality show. And I think the reason they don't talk about it on Sex and the City is because we've only got the 22 minutes. And I like that they don't talk about their outfits. I like that they just come together and they do their business. And then we as the viewers get to talk about it. And we don't have to see them talk. Like one thing I hate about reality shows is how long they spend ordering the food.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Like that
just
filler of like, you know what? I think I'll have an Arnold Palmer. You know what? I'm going to have that too. I'm also going to have that arugula salad with some chicken.
No.
Can I have a little extra lemons? Carcass out, please.
Carcass out.
Now that's a solid 2 minutes of material.
Yeah.
But maybe there's nothing else to show. But still, I don't need to see the ordering of food.
But that's the thing. We love the fashion. And this, and like, I'm going to say something. I am over this like plastic militia, weird extraterrestrial, like sunglasses and neutrals. It's just like, it's so bland and stagnant.
I think it's on
Hailey
out.
Bieber, like Justin Bieber stopped following Kanye. Like their friendship's over. And I think a lot of people are kind of being like, dude, you need to like stop. You need to get help. And I hope he gets help because it's like, it's really destructive. And again, it's when the parents of other kids in a school are like concerned, they have every right to be.
I know. I'd be like, this is just. I'm guessing it's not a fun pickup situation.
No.
I talked about this a little bit, but then I saw even a better video.
Okay.
So they thought they added a tear to Kim when Kim's crying about Khloe, and in her confessional interview on the new Hulu show.
Yes.
So I watched this other one where this girl explained it. And the reason I definitely think it was is I think she was genuinely upset. I think in post, and so did this girl, which is named, what's her name? Prima Donnas of the Gutter. Okay, of the Gutter. Let's give her credit. And she's wiping her eye like this, and then all of a sudden this very perfectly round drop appears. And then she goes like this, but she doesn't cover the tear.
Right.
So if this was real life, you would, if you were going to cover it, if you're going to be like Erica Jane and let the tears go, then you never wipe your face. But if you're actually like doing this, you would go to where you feel the wetness on your face. So they think it was added in post CGI.
Oh yeah, the other eye is too.
So
it's that dewy, like, oh, it's about to fall.
Yeah.
But is it?
But I would say,
keep it together, Kim. You're so brave.
As Kim defense, which they won't address this, is I don't think that was like a discussion they had at a tier. I think someone's like, we can do this and we want to make the show like the best it can be. Yeah. And she is upset, but there are no tears. Yeah, so let's just add some.
Yeah, they want emotion in this show because they're all just like, I'm really excited to be here.
But I kind of like that, like for actors, everywhere should be kind of thrilled that you could add CGI tears if you need to. Because some actors can cry on cue and it's amazing, and others, it's really hard and it takes like hours, and they have to think of like the saddest, most disgusting thing that's ever happened in their life to get the tears to come. And if we could just do some CGI, okay. I know it'll get better with time. Also, Kim went to the Cowboys versus Rams game, and they showed her on the Big Tron, and it sounded like the crowd was booing.
They were. I watched it several times.
Do you think that even bothers her? You just don't think? I don't think they care.
I think it's like when you're.
Why are they there? Oh, because LA
I say
Rams.
that every day.
Sorry, it's LA.
Why are they there?
I forgot that LA had a team. Okay,
they
LA
have two
Rams.
teams.
Yeah, the Clippers, right? Just kidding.
Well, the Chargers and the Rams.
And then the Clippers and the Lakers.
And the Clippers and the Lakers.
And the Dodgers and the Angels.
Good for you.
So we have
95 teams.
We have 2 teams for everything.
Yeah, and they showed her on the Jumbotron, and she like blew a kiss and everyone booed, and I had it on replay. Do you remember the scene in Death Becomes Her where Goldie Hawn is in the fat suit eating the cake frosting and she's watching Madeline Ashton getting choked over and over again? That was me this morning, just eating cake frosting, rewinding Kim getting booed at the game. I was like, oh, nature's healing.
Why are you happy? She's going through hell with Kanye.
Whatever. It lets me go that like some people are just like over it, you know?
Yeah.
I get it.
It's fine.
It's every day. It's like, God.
So, okay, so Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
God, I can't wait. What a great season.
It was really juicy.
It was a good season.
Of course, I'm going to New York this weekend. I will be at BravoCon.
Oh, right. That's this weekend.
Lisa Rinna is going to be appearing at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills panel. And I want to put something out because I think it's going to be one of those things, because this is the first time they've had it in this big center. They only had it once before 3 years ago, and it was very much smaller. It was just at like a theater, and then you'd walk 3 blocks to go to some other thing. But it made it really fun. But this is a much bigger deal. I think they even still have tickets left because it is so big. So what's going on is they're having like different things, like a Comic-Con, I guess, where there's 3 or 4 different stages, and all at the same time, there's like 3 different things to choose from. And now I think the biggest panel is going to be the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills panel. But whatever is up against it at that time, no one, like, I feel badly for, because wherever those Bravo stars are, if they're doing like the Family Feud, like Vanderpump Rules goes up against Southern Charm or whatever, I'd be like, are you serious? Like, come on, like, who's going to watch ours? But what I'm saying is, Juicy Scoopers, we need to make sure that you save me a seat.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, do you think, I've never gone to a Comic-Con, but do you think, like, for the Beverly Hills panel, which will be by far the most attended of all the panels, because Lisa Rinna now is coming, but Kathy's not, like, are people going to have to sit in that seat or, like, wait for when that seat's full? So you have to sit in, you got to, like, so you might lose 2 hours of doing nothing.
You thought the Queen's queue was long? You're going to have every gay and woman in New York just waiting in line to go see that. The question I have is, when does the reunion premiere? Do we know the date?
It starts on Wednesday.
This Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and BravoCon is this weekend?
Yes.
Okay, so the first episode will come out. So they can technically talk about stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they can be like, well, you're going to have to watch the rest of the reunion, because isn't there like 9 parts to it or something?
No, there'll be like 3.
Okay. So they can talk about stuff, but they can't talk about certain stuff. Okay.
But I just thought this was interesting because this article came out February 16th.
Of this year?
Yes. And it said Kathy Hilton just got called out for her close relationship with Donald Trump.
Okay.
And it's February 16th when all the shit was going down. Aspen was in January.
After Aspen?
This came out.
Okay.
And I don't know about it, but I'm just like, now that they know that they believe that the stories about what happened came from Erica and Lisa Rinna possibly. And then Lisa Rinna's like, where was it printed? Where was it printed? I'm sorry. Is this 1942? Shit isn't printed. It's digitally put out there. And then
I'm going to send a raven.
Yeah.
I'm going to send a raven. It'll get around.
But anyway, so I thought, oh, I wonder if like all the stuff was coming out. And
this is bullshit.
And being that, so
this is just fodder. This is them trying. They're clearly, if you watch the last episode of the finale, this was them. It was clearly a takedown, trying to take down Kathy. And I love the trailer. When she was like, "You were the biggest bully in Hollywood, and everyone knows it." I was just like, I took Kathy Hilton's tequila. I took a Kathy Hilton tequila shot.
If I was Lisa Rinna, I'd be like,
well, isn't it?
I'm sorry. I think there might have been a bigger bully, and his name was Harvey Weinstein.
Oh my God. Well, it's so fascinating too, watching this evolution of Lisa Rinna, like, and how she had the 818 tequila in Aspen, and she's like, and they're saying like, oh, we're not jealous. The Hiltons are not jealous of the Kardashians. Look at Lisa Rinna's reunion look. She looks like Khloe Kardashian.
I will say there was a time when they were jealous.
For sure.
There was a time when the two girls were in Kim was, I remember like going to lunch with Kris Jenner, and Kris goes, "Oh my God, I'm so excited." Now, this is how long ago it was, because my son is 16 and he was like in a baby seat. And
you had your Miss Tarzana sash still on at lunch.
And she goes, Kim is so excited. She was with Paris Hilton today, and they were filming for The Simple Life. And Paris said, "Kim, I want you to be my new best friend on the show." And I remember going, oh, I didn't even know that Kim had like TV aspirations, because when I met her, she was just all about like fashion and styling people's closets. I didn't know she wanted to be in front of the camera. And so then when the Kardashians took off, there was a rift in, I think,
the Matrix.
In the Kathy Hilton not loving
that
they got so big. But then they did all come together as years passed. But there were times where people in their camps had to choose like who to hang out with. A lot like other Beverly Hills women chose Kathy Hilton over Kris. And it was like, and they never did not give Paris credit. Like they were always like, if it wasn't for Paris, we wouldn't know how to do this. Like she never said, I came up with this on my own, of like how to be famous, but now they're all friends, and
they've both had sex tapes,
and they're definitely going to stay friends. So there's nothing that's going to tear this apart. And I also don't think that Kris watches Beverly Hills. I don't think she watches anything but her own show.
No, she
doesn't know. So whatever, who cares?
But are you Team Kathy or Team Rinna?
I'm kind of both.
Really?
In that I can see Rinna's frustration in that she didn't film the first part of the season because she was negotiating her contract. And they said, oh, it's because I was busy with Paris's wedding. Come on.
Oh, right.
So she didn't attend anything in the beginning. Then she went to a few things. And then after this bombshell dropped, after the Aspen explosion, Kathy then did go to Crystal's 1920s birthday party.
Which was...
Thinking that by writing Lisa Rinna like Silence is Golden, thinking that we're good, Rinna won't bring it up, I'm asking her not to bring it up, and like good girlfriends do, we're going to take it to the grave, don't make it part of the show. Now, Rinna didn't want to do that. She wanted to get it out there. So after that party, and once it got out there, they had the confrontation with Kyle at Kyle's house with Lisa, who's like, you could have your tears, but it's not going to work with me, Kathy. And Kathy's like, have some compassion. After that, Kathy doesn't go to the Erica Jane hair extension party,
right?
Which didn't get much footage at all.
Not at all. No
she
one
must be
gave a
bummed
shit
about that. But they did have a big party, and she didn't attend. She didn't attend Garcelle's Birkin resale party to buy the $20,000 used Birkins.
Oh, the yellow one that she got?
Yeah, she didn't go to that. And then she didn't go to the final party at Kyle's. So,
with the Grace Kelly Foundation, which is that a thing?
So I'm just saying, like, imagine if you worked at Subway Sandwich.
Okay, I'm there.
And the person working next to you just didn't show up for the last 3 shifts, but you got the same check.
Ah.
And I think a lot of it is with when they don't show up, then it puts us in a position of having to carry conversation to make a storyline. We sometimes can look bad because people watching it at home are like, why are you talking about them when they're not here? Well, they're part of the cast of the TV show that we do.
And they should have been there.
And they should have been there, and then they could have stood up for themselves. But if they didn't, we still have to talk about what the fuck is going on.
Right.
No one wants to hear about the fact that the garbage man didn't come today. We got to talk about Kathy Hilton and her freakouts. So I get why Erica and Lisa Rinna didn't want to drop the bone.
Right.
And why they were annoyed that then she didn't come to play with the bone. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like if she had a bone, they could have both taken a bone and played with it together.
Playing with the bone is different in my world. Yeah.
Anyway, so that's kind of my opinion.
A really fun game to play, too, this season is if you take Kathy Hilton's tequila and you do a shot of it every time Lisa Rinna says the word shook.
Yeah.
It's really
or
fun.
Or shooketh.
I was shook.
You could do it any pretense. You could do shooketh, you could do shooked, or you could do shook, or you could do I was shooking instead of I was shaking. Yeah.
Or Lisa Rinna could open her own oyster bar called Aw Shooks. Lisa Rinna's
That's
oyster
a good
shook.
one. Anyway, I'm excited. Of course,
I'm ready. I can't wait.
Of course, I'll be talking about it at my show in New York City. And also people can stream it and watch it for 7 days after. Everything's at heathermcdonald.net. Then Justin will be there along with Brandy, Julie, and Chris the following weekend in Las Vegas. And I believe there are still some tickets left for that. And that is at the Venetian on Saturday, the 22nd. Everything is at heathermcdonald.net. We go to Texas. I go to the East Coast with Chris. So it's been fun. Speaking of when apparently, according to Lisa Rinna, Kathy said, I'm going to take Kyle down and her whole family if it's the last thing I do. Well,
cue the thunder.
Well, I could see there's something to be jealous of. Netflix has announced their show. It's coming. And Mauricio, it's called Buying Beverly Hills. And it focuses on Mauricio's the agency with his, I think his two older daughters. Obviously, Portia's not going to be a realtor yet. She's not 18. And the third daughter, I don't know if she's part of it. And then a bunch of other attractive
thirst
realtors.
traps, yeah.
Yeah.
What is this horny maid in the front?
Why is this girl wearing a Halloween costume?
Yeah, she straight up is like the Spirit Halloween mascot. That's it's shoot day, and you wore that?
I want to say...
Would you buy a house from this woman?
Annie sent me this trailer.
Okay. What? It's good?
No.
Oh, of course it's not.
I just feels like I think we might be a little burnt on the formula of rich real estate
slutty real estaters.
Yes. Like, it's just like, you've got to make this work. And then a girl not knowing what kind of marble is on the countertop. And then another.
She took my commission. It's
not even that juicy. It's just more like, do you want this listing or not?
They're all sleeping together. Did you see the story about Mary from Selling Sunset? How, did you see that?
What?
How she's like, I'm having a hard time selling homes because I was on Selling Sunset?
No, I did not see that.
Yes, it was on Twitter. So it's like, yeah, you're going to get fame and stuff, but it's like, I don't. First of all, this picture is terrible. Mauricio, put on a pant. You're wearing jeans. This green screen number is terrible. This Trisha Paytas lookalike is. I mean, it's just this horny maid with chandelier fringe. It's just no. And it's like, what we're doing Selling Sunset, but this is Selling Beverly Hills?
It's called Buying Beverly Hills.
Sure.
So instead of selling, it's buying.
Got it.
But it's not like they're focusing on buyers more than sellers or whatever. They just had to change the name a little. I think it's brilliant that they did it. I would have 100% said yes if I was Kyle and Mauricio to go forward with this as a family, as a career. But I don't think this is what Kathy should be jealous of. But I do think back in January, before she saw the trailer, she might have been. Because even though Kathy has the most famous daughter in the world, Paris Hilton, next to Kim Kardashian, I think Paris Hilton's most famous, and was famous first.
Yeah.
And her daughter, Nikki, is married very well and has her own thing going. Kathy herself and has been had a lot of attempts at reality show stardom herself in between her sisters going on the first season of Beverly Hills and today.
Yeah.
They were like, she was a friend of like LaToya Jackson. She was in this one about Paris Hilton. I'm going to go and research him for the next show. But like, there was a lot that didn't really make it. So, and she wasn't as big of an actress as Kim and Kyle either, because she got married so young at 18.
Yeah.
And it was more, and there was a 10-year age difference. So it was more that Big Kathy really was like the stage mom to the little girls, and Kim was really the biggest star.
Yeah.
And Kyle was just like, would get parts here and there throughout her life. So I believe, 100% I believe, Lisa Rinna, that Kathy said those things.
Absolutely. I think that, I mean, she's part of that generation.
She said it.
Yeah, she said it.
She said it.
She said it, and
she said it. And the question is, should Lisa Rinna have respected the text and like tried to call her offline? But if Lisa Rinna did that, then Lisa Rinna would not have been a friend to the people squatting on the couches watching this show.
For sure.
So you can hate Lisa Rinna, but how much do you like a juicy season? It's a hard decision.
It's a hard decision. You know what? I just thought about something.
What?
This could be bad news.
What?
This show.
What?
Think about it.
It's the end of real estate altogether.
Remember all the like rumor? Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember in like they were trying to go like, oh, Dorit and Mauricio were like
going to do a show in England or something about real estate.
Yeah, or they were like, oh, they're like getting really cozy or whatever. Look at these girls.
Yeah.
There has to be an episode where we see Mauricio taking off his shirt, and one of the girls is going to go to her like confessional, and she'll be like, "Daddy," something like that. And we're going to have Hello, we saw it with Selling OC.
But the only reason it won't is because I'm sure Kyle and Mauricio are executive producers. And they're not going to have that.
You don't think one of these girls is going to flirt with him?
If Kyle was as good of an executive producer as Lisa Rinna pretended to be, she should have that happen in it. She should allow that to happen just to keep people talking.
I'm calling the horny French maid spirit Halloween girl in the front row.
Yeah.
She's up to no good. Look at her.
Ooh la la. I sell real estate, I do.
Yes. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I can't wait for more. So sometimes TikTok challenges can be confusing to hard-hitting journalists like TMZ. Because Madonna was doing this TikTok trend that you're aware of, where someone like tries to throw a ball in a basket and they say, if I miss this, I'm gay. So then TMZ ran with that and said, Madonna appears to have declared herself gay. We think. See exactly what we're talking about in the bio. So you have to click the bio. Then now we show her, Madonna comes and she has now a short pink hair. She looks like Jeffree Star.
No.
If Jeffree Star had sex with an alien and then their baby came out, that's what she looks like right now.
Jeffree Star had sex with a chupacabra. What's
a chupacabra? What is that?
The Mexican goat sucker. Hello. Do you not know folklore?
No, I don't. But then she came and then was like, no, it was just the trend. And, anyway.
Also,
very scary.
Nice job, Madonna, because you know what tomorrow is?
Alien with a baby day, because yesterday was lesbian day.
Tomorrow's National Coming Out Day.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
God.
Heather, have you not marked it down in your ally calendar?
No, I mean there was Daughter Day and Son Day, and I didn't do any Instagram posts on that either.
So I wondered if she's like, I'm gay.
Got it.
With a grill.
I definitely don't think she is gay. I think she likes...
No, she's dabbled. I mean, for sure.
I don't even think she dabbled that much. I think she was so ahead of her time that she acted like she was gay with Sandra Bernhard because it like got her attention. But I think she's all about the hard young dick.
The HYD?
Yeah.
Well, I just love how Diplo can just write "Hi Queen" and it has 619 likes. God.
This is from the New York Post. A Mississippi daycare worker was fired after screaming at children in a Halloween mask. It's a very scary white mask, like, ah! And she was, I mean, can you imagine? What are you thinking?
I love this video. There's nothing I love more than scaring children. I saw it. Yes, it's traumatizing. But I just think if you're going to have a mental meltdown in school, put on a mask and start screaming.
Peter and I, like early on in the marriage, went as Sexy Little Red Riding Hood. And then Peter had this like very realistic wolf mask.
Sure.
Okay. And anyway, we move into our house that we've been in now for 16 years or whatever. And the first Halloween, which our neighborhood is pretty happening as far as like a lot of kids come by. So we're excited to do the trick-or-treating. And we had found the mask or whatever. And Peter opened the door and was like, "Rawr!" You know, oh my God, these kids were terrified, screaming. And we've even, when we, with that mask with our cat, when we had our cat, one time we had it on and the cat was like a cartoon, like hair on the ends, like so scared.
On the ceiling?
Yes, because Simba, he thought that like a real wolf was in the house. Like it was that realistic. So, I mean...
I think here's the thing. I think this is funny.
Should we give her another chance, though? We gave Peter another chance.
There's one thing, like when you scare a kid, you get the reaction of them, losing it and being like, I'm actually terrified. That's when you go, it's me, I'm kidding. She just kept going till she got all of the kids, which I think it's too much. But in this, obviously these aren't my kids, so I don't care. But I think it is it's a nice Halloween. Like, oh my God, this is awful, but at the same time really funny. But also, I think she should have known better than to like get each kid terrified.
No, I definitely don't think she should be working with kids because even if you're on social media, there's lots of times when like the dad shaves his face. And the baby, have you ever seen that? And the baby doesn't know that they're like so confused. They don't understand that that's their dad. It's like, I would think, maybe you don't need to have a doctorate in child development, but like you should know at least enough as a daycare provider.
Or have you seen the one where the parents like set up the phone with the kids in the bathroom and they shut the bathroom door and they have that like ghost goblin filter and the kids are like,
oh my God, that's shitty.
I know. I mean, that's the thing. It's like,
God, just get a job. Stop using your kids for viral videos, especially when you're scaring them and exploiting them. Yeah. Like, what pieces of shit is that?
I take no advice from TikTok other than it's gray sweatpants season.
It's cute.
Apparently. But yes, I thought it was awful, but at the same time, I like dark, weird humor, and I just thought it was kind of funny. But it's also very traumatic for the kids, for sure.
It really is. Justin, tell everybody what's going on in your life and where they can get more Justin Martindale at their fingertips.
Seriously,
and their eardrums.
Follow me on Instagram at Justin Martindale. Again, Vegas, I'll be with you.
Yes.
Texas, I'll be with you. Listen to my podcast, Just Saying with Justin Martindale. I've got some amazing guests coming on the rest of this month. Also, I am working on my special right now.
Yes.
It's coming out hopefully soon.
Yes,
I might have a teaser for it. Slay on, bitch. Yes. So yeah, and also, can I also fall is here. The holidays are coming up, and I've partnered up with Cozy Earth again.
Yes.
So you guys love it because I love it, and I love it that you love it. You're getting 40% off your final purchases using promo code 40Justin at CozyEarth.com. It is a deal. I have the sheets, the pillowcases, the clothes. It's so comfy, you guys. Get snuggly.
Just like Justin does. Love it. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.